Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Crypto Waffle, episode 40. Today's topics are gems of the week. We have CryptoSI entering a H-bar hackathon and the latest MIT report from Real Vision. So, what would you like to kick off with, sir?
I would like to kick off with something completely different.
Go for it.
During the week, maybe a few days ago, we had a discussion, myself and you, yourself and I. It wasn't a discussion. I sent you a tweet that I had read in the morning, made me think of you. And what the tweet was, I scrubbed out who the tweet was by because I thought you might think the guy's a bit of a plonker, so you may not want to.
Is this the one you sent on WhatsApp?
Yeah, the one I sent on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Have you got it there to hand?
I have. So I'll read it out for ladies and gentlemen watching. Imagine watching your dad break his back working his entire life to pay off his house, cutting the grass every day, painting the exterior and cleaning the gutters. He dies at 75, happy and content that a house has been cared for and paid for and will go to his son. Maybe his son will raise a family in it. Government, minus 30% of that is owed to us. Your choice is to sell it or get another mortgage and pay it off again yourself, but dad already paid it off. So that was the tweet.
So is that or is that not yet another case?
There is, but we know there's lots of loopholes. It's just knowing how to play the system, isn't it, effectively? And it's hard to get into place.
You said we know. Now, I don't know anything about these loopholes.
So I know of some. I don't know how to use them.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's using people and contacts to make use of said loopholes. But there are ways of doing it, but they're not easy to set up by any means.
That's only for the savvy people.
Yeah.
The rest of us, hardworking, honest patriots, we have to give up 30% of our child's inheritance to the tax man so that he can spend it quaffing down champagne and foie gras.
Indeed. Which I don't like the sound of, to be honest.
So that was just something that we discussed. Obviously, we had a few hours last week where off stream we were checking out castle prices and yacht prices. one of the top signals.
I don't know if anyone saw that post that CryptoSI did on Instagram, but we went to have a client call. Long story short, they had connection issues and whatnot, so it didn't go ahead. In the meantime, we were just looking at castles and boats and yachts and stuff, just looking at which ones we thought would be adequate for ourselves.
So at the end of our client meeting, we then summarized what had been said in said client meeting, and it was just us musing about what would be a good value castle for us to purchase.
It was a great summary, though, by the way.
It's a massive top signal, a massive top signal.
It's because we know we're getting there, though. We know we're getting there. We're near. I can smell it.
We are very close. Let's talk about the market. How do you feel this week, sir? How do you feel?
I feel good.
Are we on the way up?
I want to touch on another thing that you mentioned today as well. So people that are in the Crypto Waffle VIP channel, you may have seen CryptoSI's message about, let me get it up in front of me so I can read it out to everyone. Where is it? Is Doge testing your patience? Feels like everything else is mooning whilst Doge stays coiled. Yeah. Now, I know my response to that, and I shall read everyone that no one can see, was, I've been accumulating since 2023. This does not faze me at all. I've made my bed and I'm laying in it. So, Doge, just have a quick little update on Doge. I'm bullish the space. Like, I still think, I know it's getting to the point where I'm probably wrong, that August and September was the correction, which I'm more than happy to admit, because we're not in the business of being right and wrong. We're in the business of making money, so it doesn't really matter.
I wouldn't go that far that fast. It's only the 11th.
Yeah, we're getting halfway though.
Yeah,
ETH's sitting at 4K. It's above previous resistance. We're now trying to flip that 4K into support. Like, look at Doge on the weekly. You've just got a bullish 10-20 cross about to happen. The last 2 times we've had that over the past 3 years or so, Doge has done a 235% move and a 308% move. So I don't want to call it too early, but if this plays out like every other time it has over the last couple of years, this 10-20 cross on the weekly should produce probably somewhere between a 200 to 300% move from current price. And 200 puts us at 70 cents and 300 puts us at 93, maybe even further.
What's the all-time high on Doge?
It is 70, call it 74 cents, give or take. Oh. And we've already been to a high of 48 cents this cycle.
Yeah. So you've been practicing this Doge victory lap.
I would like to say I've actually mastered the art of patience. Okay, because that is one of the hardest things to do in this space, is to sit in stuff and be patient. And yes, some of this stuff that you sit in and be patient for a very long time does end up being wallet dust, which I'm happy to admit. The likes of ARK, right? That has gone from complete AI craze to complete wallet dust. I was looking at it the other day thinking, right, I could capitulate this, and I'm looking at it going, well, it's nothing anyway, so I may as well just leave it if anything does come back. So lots of these things, and because I would say a longer term investor, not such a short term trader, is I'm more than happy to sit in this stuff. Like syrup, before it was even syrup and it was Maple Finance, we were sitting in for ages before it moved.
Yeah.
Aerodrome, we've been sitting in ages because ETH's done nothing, and now it's finally moving. Tom doesn't move. Yeah.
Aerodrome has not even moved yet.
Well, it's moving, but slowly. Ton is another one. It moves opposite to the rest of the market. Like a lot of this stuff, it's just patience. I can't remember the stat, but it's something like the majority of up moves in Bitcoin or the crypto space or total crypto market cap happen over a period of like 2 to 3 months, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the time, you're sitting and just getting chopped and slow, painful drawdowns.
Yeah.
Like and anyone that comes into this space going, oh yeah, I'm going to make a quick money. Like if you're coming here for the first time and you think you're going to come make quick money, unless you get incredibly lucky, which you can do. I'm not going to say you can't, because you can in crypto. You will probably get beaten the hell out and your money will be taken. Yeah, like, it's not for the faint-hearted.
If you want things to happen too quickly, because if your time horizon is a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, you're not waiting long enough.
Yeah. Miggles is another perfect example, right? Look how long we've had to sit. Yes, we had this one little pump back in Q4, but we've sat through this whole, from peak to trough, it was a 90% drawdown, and I've remained bullish along the way with a longer term time perspective. And we're now looking like we're on the verge of finally trying to break this diagonal resistance, which would be the 5th time lucky, effectively. So
it's a breakout though, isn't it?
It looks like the 10-20 cross is starting to flick bullish on the weekly. PER's another one. Like, it's been bullish for a while, and hype got overextended a bit too quickly, but PER's had a nice little flush out again, a 62% drawdown. We've come back into a key area of support. I think we probably move higher. A lot of this stuff just takes patience. Redo, another one. Like, we've been sat in this thing for God knows how long. Pretty much 196 days. Yes, we're up about 150% or whatever it is. I'm up around 150% at the minute, but this is just patience. It's having the conviction in your assets and said tokens / ecosystems, right, to sit, do nothing. Because I've had to sit there. Yes, I own some XRP. It's not a massive part of my portfolio. I've had to watch XRP go from the like of, was it 50 cents to pretty much the high 6x, whilst my portfolio's maybe done like 1 or 2.
And it feels like in those scenarios, it feels like everybody you speak to owns XRP, right?
Yeah, but you.
Cool person.
But then again, I've had my
well.
yeah.
Don't blog about it.
It's just not it's not enough for me to go about.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like if that was my biggest holding, I'd be wearing an XRP hat every day.
Do you find it more difficult to hold on to these small assets than to hold on to
No,
ones?
because the smaller ones I make a certain amount at say, for example, Redo. Like I'll openly admit that I've put $1,000 into Redo, and that was the thing. Like it was a shit coin. It's 6 mil market cap. It's tiny, right? I'm more than happy to let that $1,000 go to the floor or to the moon.
Well,
Like
yeah,
that's it with that one. And it's that yeah, well, with the others as well.
you know, if it goes to 600 mil, then you're happy. If it
Yeah. And Redo is definitely, we've seen this before. Like if I go onto Deck Screener, it definitely has. I mean, I do this with a lot of the smaller stuff. Anything that's probably like, I don't know, 100 mil or less, I'll come up with a certain amount of dollars that I'm willing to sit in it. And that is, and we've said this many, I think I've said this many times before, this is the point where you're happy to literally flush that money down the low. If it comes back up and more money comes with it, happy days. If it doesn't, then it's gone. And what we're seeing now on Reader, I mean, as you can see from prior or Q4, effectively, when Ton last had its run up, Reader actually went to a high of $1.47. And we've accumulated a nice average price of probably around 6 cents. So if you can catch one of those silly moves, that's about a 24x. I mean, I'm more than happy to risk $1,000 for 24 grand or $1,000 and nothing in my eyes. Now, obviously, other people could be of a different opinion. I'm lucky enough and fortunate enough to be in a scenario where I can risk $1,000, and that's what I put on it. And now we're seeing just a bit of TA for Redo. We are seeing this accumulation zone effectively from, call it 9.5 cents to 4 cents, which we've been in for what feels like, well, it's probably been about, no, it hasn't been a year, but 6 months or so.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels like it. We're finally getting the move. And what we've said now, and what we've seen now is a breakout and a retest. This is now acting as support. What should we then see next? Continuation. Now, the game you can play on the way up, I probably won't be doing this with Reader just because it's so small, is that you could look to play this as resistance, i.e. sell some. When it comes back in, you buy again, increasing your Redo amount. Like that's the actual game. Like the majority of people make more money by sitting and doing nothing, right? I mean, you look at most of the Bitcoin holders, they've bought, forgotten about it, lost their wallet, come back, and their $100 is worth billions. So
I think of my best gains have been assets that I've just not thought about.
yeah, but you invest, you leave it, and you let it go.
I've seen them on Twitter, and you're like, and I think to myself, oh, I think I've got some of that, and then you check, and yes, you have. Happy days.
Exactly. So that's what you can do. Like when you've had these things come up, and one of the other things that we've talked before, like XRP, and the way I take profits, it works out quite well sometimes, depending on which assets. But like we trimmed here, and that money we trimmed here on that first run, you could have bought back in here, increasing your XRP stack if you were still bullish. And you can do that along the way. Like you can do it with loads of stuff along the way. But yeah, I'd like to say I've mastered patience. Markets are looking up quickly into Bitcoin dominance, which does actually, it looks like, I mean, I don't know if you can see that over my terrible drawing, which I'll just get rid of. It's the 1020 cross is starting to go bearish. The first time since, well, down here. So that was Jan 2003 is where that last bearish trend.
2023, you mean?
Yeah, 2023, where this major bearish trend ended effectively. I mean, you could say there's a little blip there, but the trend is looking like it's about to shift. So Bitcoin dominance is on that, it's on that, I mean, one of the final stands by the looks of it, because you've had the downwards drop, consolidation or bear flag. Look at that bearish retest at the moment. This daily candle has been hammered back down.
Yeah.
So that should be a reverse on continuation.
Absolutely slapped down. So that is all we need to see. We are at the start of Altseason.
Yeah. And then, I mean, this actually, we'll go straight into the MIT report because this kind of carries on to Altseason. Yeah. So let me make this a little bit bigger and put that like that, and I'll move us over into the corner. So
that's me in the corner.
So this is the ISM. And why? And another thing is, you'll see, if I don't know if people do, if they're as sad as me, but if you go out and you read macro reports, like myself, I spent probably an hour this morning just going through this and eating my breakfast, taking my time. You will realize that some people will try and change what they've said from previous reports to fit the current narrative. And what I like about Real Vision with Raoul and Julian is that they are very to the point. Like, as you can see here, he's openly stated the ISM report was meh. If I'm being completely honest, because that's what we do here, I wasn't expecting a move down. So yeah, in fact, just before the release, I was at the airport in Nice, France, waiting for my flight back to London, and literally thinking the consensus estimate of 49.5 for July seemed too low. And I openly said last week I actually thought ISM was going to come back up, and it didn't. I was wrong. It happened. And they openly admit they were wrong here. Okay. But if you do read through this report, we haven't got time to sadly go through all of them. But they go through multiple other reports and ISM productions and all sorts of things, new orders, inventories, where the ISM was kind of the outlier. I believe it was the one just after that. No, can't find where it is now. But if you do have the full report, you look through it, multiple other surveys came up above expectations, and the ISM drop-in was kind of the outlier to the whole report, or that whole month of data that came through. Now, we've said before that ISM needs to be above 50 for Altseason. Yes, ISM is still at 48. We are still in what seems to be an uptrend. If we just go over to the chart quick so you guys can see that visually. Watch list. Here we are. So you can still see we put a low in. We've had a higher low, and I would say a higher low if the month of August picks back up, which we should. And you've also seen a series of higher highs. So it's not bearish. We're not having lower lows and lower highs. We are starting to turn. But to carry on.
But at what point do we accept that possibly we're having this bull run without the ISM being where it's supposed to be?
That won't happen. So if you were to read this full report, and I'll give you the summary, like if people are in the VIP, you get a full breakdown of this report. You also get a copy of it. So, but what we're seeing, and again, it depends on really what the dollar does as well, but the longer the ISM takes to break out, and potentially the longer it takes for the dollar to break down, we could see, and we've discussed this briefly before, this carrying on into 2027.
Yeah.
And it really does depend on ISM, Fed cutting rates, DXY. I mean, as we've said before, the Fed hasn't even stopped QT yet.
Yeah.
And there's no way we're going to go into a bear market if the Fed are QEing. I mean, it's highly unlikely.
You can't go into a bear market when they're pumping.
Exactly. Exactly. So yes, you can say the ISM's lagging. I mean, we had the time, I'd go through it. But if we went through all the other data sets of reports, you would see that the ISM was the outlier. That it came in lower when everything else was pretty much higher.
Yeah.
For the month of July. But anyway, moving into the dollar. So if people don't know, for some history lessons, and I'll read this out here. The DXY, August 2016 to January 2018, and the dollar today. So I think we've showed this chart on here before a couple of times, and it's just showing the similarities of it. You might be thinking, well, what happened then during the 2016 to 2018? So fast forward to today, and what we're seeing with the dollar is eerily reminiscent of both 1985 and 2017. Back then, in the mid-1980s, the Plaza Accord was a coordinated effort to crush an overvalued dollar, and it worked. Fast forward to Trump's first year in office, and we see the same rhetoric, is it? Rhetoric, that's it. The dollar is too strong, followed by a sharp decline in DXY. Now, in 2005, this chart speaks for itself. The current move tracks the 2016 to 18 period almost perfectly. Through this time, the decline has been even more accelerated, with the dollar currently down around 12% from the January highs. Trump's back, and this time he's not alone. Scott Bessent wants a weakened dollar. China needs it. Europe and Japan desperately need it. The whole world is quietly aligned on this. So the question is, are we already in the middle of a Plaza Accord 2.0? We've discussed this topic in detail in past GMI articles, but the short answer is yes, very likely. So effectively, they're not expecting it to have a 50% drawback like it did in 1980, but they are 1985, but they are expecting a big drawdown, and that's what we've seen. Again, I've covered this in my market updates that I put into the Waffle Light channel. We have seen a dollar drop from peak of 110 back in January 25 to June 25, a drop of 12.5%. And it would not surprise me if that goes another 5 to 10% from here. So, any questions on that?
12% seems like nothing in crypto terms, but
it does.
Dollar terms, it's a pretty big move.
That is. And if you think about it, you also got inflation still in the US.
Yeah.
Your dollar's been devalued by 12%. Your inflation is, called it, I don't know, 2%, 3%. I think true inflation is sitting at like 1.5 at the minute. That's 13%. And as I've said this many times before, you need to be making 15% minimum, probably in an asset, to be actually making money.
It's interesting when the people value the dollar. I was watching Bloomberg this morning as I was having my breakfast, and they were saying that they're not far off all-time highs on the S&P. They're not far off all-time highs. We're not really in bullish macro conditions.
Yeah, well, I mean, we are in partially bullish macro conditions because we're still waiting for that ISM to pick up. Dollars had a massive weakening.
So the interesting part, which I immediately sprung to my mind, was that maybe the S&P is not particularly more valuable. Maybe the dollar is just less valuable.
Being debased more.
Maybe we're just...
Yeah, but we know that's the game.
Right.
We know that's the game.
All-time highs. What they really mean is all-time low. So as far as the dollar is concerned, the dollar has never been this weak against the S&P 500 than it is today. So the dollar, as far as the S&P 500 is concerned, is almost at all-time lows.
Yeah, and you would be better off having your money sat in the S&P 500 than you would just be sat in dollars in a government bond.
Yeah,
effectively. And S&P is like kind of like gold. It does the job of just about breaking even and you holding value. You don't actually make money in it. Like, yes, on your screen, this is another thing a lot of people seem to differ. Like, you're looking at your screen, right? Let's say you've bought some paper gold, right? It looks like your P&L's up. You're up 10%. Great. But if you're pricing that in dollars, we've just seen the dollar was declined by 12%. You've made nothing.
You've made nothing, yeah.
If anything, you're negative 2%.
But you've still done better than everybody else who's kept their money in their wallets.
Exactly. So this is the thing. There are a lot of people out there that do stuff. Yes, in my eyes, it may not be the right thing, i.e. hold the S&P or have everything in gold, right? Because realistically, you don't actually make money in any of them, right? Unless you've got options and you've got leverage on them like that, you can obviously make money there. But if you're just holding flat S&Ps and flat gold, you make zero money. Like nothing.
Well,
and there's probably going to be some kickback on that.
Huh? Make zero value because remember, dollars are money. So if you're making big dollars, you're making more money, but you're making zero value.
Yeah, because the purchasing power of your dollars or pounds or whatever currency you've bought them in is going down. Yeah. And this is, I mean, there were going to be some kickback on that. I totally understand why people will be angry. Oh, my gold's done me this year, 20%, right? But I get it. It looks like you've made money. But in the real world, if you go and spend that gold that you've now, or extra money you've made with your gold, are you going to get anything more than you did 10 years ago? No, probably not.
Right, so here's a question. You sell your house today. You got an average house. You sell your house and you sell it and you get, let's say you get $500,000. Sell your house, you get $500,000. You buy the S&P 500. You hold it 50 years. You sell what you have in the S&P 500. Bet you can buy your house back. That's it.
Yeah, probably. I mean, houses in the UK, I'm pretty sure when I've looked at houses before and done a bit of research on them, I think they double every 12 years. Now, that could be wrong, could be slightly off, but they double about every 12 years. And our houses used to be quite a good investment.
Safe as houses, we used to say. It's an
Yeah.
old English saying. Safe as houses means
They used to be a good investment, and I'm sure they probably still are. And again,
as good as the S&P 500 until you die.
yeah.
And then the
I mean,
government.
particular houses and particular locations, and obviously they can do a lot better than your standard. But on average, like across
Yeah.
the board, you actually only make around 5% a year in a house. I think that's what I worked out at last time. And you might be thinking 5% a year is really fucking good. But if you're renting it outright, you've got all the aggro of one, hoping you've got a decent tenant. Two, you've got to keep the maintenance of the place, all for 5% a year. No thanks.
And when the house is empty, you've still got to pay council tax.
I'm not interested in that. Like me personally, and this is the debate on nowadays is, am I better off just renting? What's the point of me putting such a large sum down to, okay, yes, you're safe, like supposedly.
No, I would argue that you're less safe because you cannot move. You're in a
Yeah, I mean, I understand that because you're effectively trapped.
you're trapped. So
Once you're there, you kind of have to just bite the bullet and, okay, you keep paying that mortgage until you want to move, and then you have to sell it, and you'd be buying another mortgage on another place.
So here's what your safety gets you. If I ring you up tomorrow and I say to you, all right, Mr. Safe, Mr. Safe as houses, I've got an opportunity for you, but the problem is we have to go and live in Turkey for you to realize that opportunity. But it'll change your life. Your wife wants.
Yeah, you're probably going to say no.
You can't go. Because you'd have to sell your house and you got to give.
I'm sure there is loads of other ways to make money in property. Like, I'm not a property guy, right? I'm sure there is much better returns of 5% out there that people that know of. Great. But as far as I'm concerned and what I know, right, I would much rather just suck my stuff in Bitcoin. Like, it has outperformed every asset class as a whole, right, since its inception. And that's just a simple fact.
How long do you think that continues, though?
I think it continues.
Every cycle, the returns on Bitcoin.
Well, actually, there's one thing that's out-returned Bitcoin since its inception.
Oh, is this your victory?
You know what it is? It's Doge.
You know what it is?
It's Doge.
It's Doge.
It sounds retarded, but it's Doge.
Next Doge.
And you might be thinking, whoa, so you're going to stick all your money in Doge? Well, I can be open and honest with you now, mate. Pretty much have. As current standings go, I have more money in Doge than I have in anything else ever across the board. So, yes, I've put my money where my mouth is.
At this point here, the average portfolio. So,
what, crypto or stocks?
Crypto. Average crypto portfolio. Should they have? What percentage should they have as Bitcoin? The average portfolios, I say.
It depends. So if it's a set and forget, and I'm going to be really broad here. Right?
Yes.
So I don't have. Actually, I don't know if I can I say that. No. I'm not going to say it, but anyway, if you're from, let's call it 25 to 30, and you're looking to just set up a bit of a savings thing, I don't know, maybe a pension or whatever it is, I think you could happily just put a bit of money in Bitcoin every month, every week, whenever it is you get paid. You'd come back in your amount of time. Obviously, and you might be still thinking, well, Bitcoin's only, 15 years old now, 16 years old. It's still a bit new. I don't want to go full gung-ho. Like, what if one day quantum computing and all that sort of stuff comes into play, right? Then, yeah, by all means, just stick a bit of money in, like maybe 20%, 30%. Now, if you're actively managing, right, it's a different ball game because you'll be like 80% Bitcoin heavy, then you'll be coming out like now, or when in that ETH drop that we had, that's where you'd be going into ETH from your Bitcoin. And like I've done, I've come out my Bitcoin into Doge. So you're actively managing it. If it's a set and forget, you probably want to have a Bitcoin holding of between, I don't know, 20 to 60%. And that could really depend on age, though. I know that's very broad and probably not helpful. If you're younger, you probably want to go riskier. If you're older, you go higher.
So actively managing it to make the most of this cycle.
From here, I wouldn't buy any Bitcoin.
You're now going out of Bitcoin into all the alts now.
Yeah. And your next best one's ETH. You go from ETH, and then Sol's had a massive run up already. Everyone goes, oh, Sol's crap, doesn't do anything. You're forgetting it went from $7 to $294.
Yeah, but
chill out. That was a serious move.
But Sol is also taking its time. I think Sol and Doge.
It is, but it went from $7 to 310.
We're expecting 1,000 this cycle.
No.
We're expecting 1,000.
I think 1,000 is very optimistic. Like, you're forgetting how far it's already come. Everyone seems to forget. Like, if I just show my screen to you, right, I had a lovely average price of about $15, something like that. Like, it's already come from the lows of December 2022 at $8, right, to a high of, what's that? Call it 295. Right, it's done a 35x. And you think it's going to go from there to another 1,000, like within the next 4 months?
No, by the end of this cycle, my target for
I think if cycle extends and we go to 27, yeah, sure, I think that's possible. But I don't think we see $1,000 Sol by Jan. I just don't think we see that. And you've seen, because we've had such a big move, we've literally consolidated between, call it 114 and 200 for near enough, what's that? 518 days.
This is what I think, right? In 2017, 2013, around, I think it was around Christmas 2013, Bitcoin went up to $1,200. And then it went back down, and it didn't come back to $1,000 until 2017. So all of 2014, 2015, 2016, Bitcoin was below $1,000. So it took all that time. And during that time, I think it must have gone down to, like, I don't know, at its lowest, maybe $200.
What's this, bear market of 2015?
Of 2013, 2014. 2014, 2015, 2016. How low did it go?
Bear market 2015, which bottomed on Jan, $159 was the bottom.
Right.
So they're then from a peak in 2013 of 1,300-ish.
Right, yeah. See, I didn't have the charts because I don't look at charts, but I remember what happened, right? So from there, from that $200 or whatever it was, that is bearish.
150.
150, yeah. Right? It's gone back to 1,000.
Yeah, it went to 20K.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it went from 150 back to 1,000. So that's like Sol's $8 back to its 200. So it's gone back to its all-time high. And then in those 4 months, it went from 1,000 to 20. And it must have hit 1,000 maybe in the June of that year.
So it took, when
did it?
You didn't make an all-time high. So from the previous all-time high, November 13, you didn't make another all-time high till around about March 2017.
Right.
So that's 5 years, yeah?
So I remember it was warm. Right? And it's gone back to $1,000. And $1,000 in those days was like, oh my God, one Bitcoin is $1,000 each. And then in the next few months,
in 275 days. So so from, where are we? Yeah, so from March, so call it 9 months.
Yeah, okay, 9 months.
Yeah, it went to 20K because it peaked out in December 2017.
Right. So you're telling me that Sol can't do a 5x?
No, I'm not saying it can't. I just think it's unlikely.
Right. There's your proof. There's your reason why.
Yeah, I know it can do it. Yeah. Like, it's done a 35x already. It's just showing us that it can do it.
Just to get back to parity. So now,
silly, same concept. You'd be looking at ETH to 20K this cycle then, because we went down to a bear market peak or bear market low of 800.
So what we're doing now is we're saying that Bitcoin does it, then ETH does it.
Then you're saying Sol will do an ETH effectively.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Like so everything does the cycles kind of like the same, but one.
Yeah, they will. As they adopt people and technologies and all these things that they do, I just think it's unlikely by the end of this year we see Sol at 1,000. Don't be wrong, I'd love to be proved wrong because that will pump my bags, right? I would love it. I'm just a realist, right? I think it's unlikely we get there by the end of the year. Again, I would love to be proved wrong. I'd love for the market to give me a great big middle green finger straight in front of my face, going, "Yeah, have a look at that," right? Because I'd be fine with that. But I just think it's unlikely.
It's on your snails there. It's on your Fibonacci's, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it does go on my Fibonacci 1,000. I just don't think it gets there by Q4. And as I said, if we extend, I think it's possible.
Yeah, Q4 is not. I don't think anybody thinks now in the middle of August. I don't think anybody thinks this cycle ends in December. I don't think anybody's thinking that.
But we always get that when it's round at the peak because everyone thinks it carries on.
Yeah. But this time we've got so many indicators to say that we go.
Yeah, like if we look at these indicators that we've, was this last week we brought this up?
Yeah.
You still haven't had anything trigger. The overall is still hold 100%. It's not saying to sell jack. So again, if you're a trader, different story, right? But if you're a long-term investor, it's telling you to do nothing but sit on your damn hands.
Mm-hmm.
Just accumulate. Anyway, we've kind of gone off topic here.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll see if I can fly through this lot quickly. Basically, I'll read this out as well. At the same time, when we had been warning about what was that bounce in the dollar was very likely coming, given how bearish position had become, here's what we said in the July 10th MIT report. So over the July 10th, again, VIP members, you would have had that report. I'm pretty sure we might, I want to say if I remember doing one around July, an MIT report as well on here. But we're also not expecting the dollar to decline in a straight line. Sentiment is already extremely bearish and the speculative positioning is now heavily net short. So there's definitely room for a counter trend move in the DXY at some point. That said, I've always emphasized we focus on the broader trend lower in the dollar, not the short-term wiggles. So we can definitely have effectively bounces in the dollar going forward. This is ISM and GMI financial conditions. Again, it's a forward-looking indicator with a 9-month lead as shown here. It's showing the ISM should be a hell of a lot higher, which is what we want to look at. Feel free to pause this recording and read that. NFIB Small Business Survey, and we've talked about this before. Businesses perform well, surveys perform well, more money goes in people's pockets, more overtime they have, more spending they do, more gambling that happens. They come into the crypto casino, they pump our bags. Another reason of why the ISM is coming, and this is showing you that the NFB Small Business Report was up big on last readings. China Credit Impulse, again, feel free to pause that, have a read. There's the chart. We're still seeing non-bank credit come in. So I think the easy way to put this, and if I'm wrong, correct me someone, this is basically stimmy checks, whereas credit note is, or bank credit is effectively loans, sort of thing, I believe. MIT macro season in the US, we're currently in spring where we have inflation down and growth up. Summer is inflation up, growth up. That's when you also get like Goldilocks. You might have heard that before. The GMI weighted global economic versus inflation surprise index. So, however, I'll read this out as well. Not that it's going to make much difference, but growth surprises are outpacing inflation surprises, setting equities up nicely for the second half of the year. Sure, some volatility is inevitable, especially after the Nasdaq ripped up 35% since April's urgent market update. But in this environment, sell-offs don't last very long and buyers step in quickly. So expect some bumps, but the trend remains firmly bullish in our view. Again, you can see that the GMI weighted global economics versus inflation surprise index is giving you a 5-month lead on the Nasdaq, i.e. showing you where the Nasdaq should be heading over the next 5 months. And that's a clear up signal there. That's the same one. Bitcoin, we've talked about this before. Head and shoulders pattern points to around 150k. Bitcoin Global M2. I want to briefly discuss this. Now, this is the liquidity chart everyone's been watching. As you can see, we've started to diverge. Okay, slightly. So does that remind you of this Q4 peak we had here, where we were going, oh shit, liquidity's going down, but Bitcoin's acting strong. Hang on a minute, we could get a really good pump here. It didn't pump. We ended up just being lagging. I think what we're now doing is lagging to the upside. So the next move we have could be quite vicious. And it could be like that white line there where it's just a straight up.
Yeah.
So do we go from here, what are we sitting at today, 120K?
Yeah.
Do we go from 120K straight to 140 or to 130? Like quick. I think that could be the possibility. But yeah, keep an eye out for an update of that chart. Their Bitcoin cycle top finder hasn't triggered yet. Again, I'd argue that you could say there's lower highs here, as proved by last cycle. So you'd at least want these to start pinging up around this level before you thought the top could be in. And there's no top there so far.
This time it has been so much different. This cycle
has
so much different.
It's elongated massively.
Yeah.
Just because the business cycle has been so much slower.
And ETFs?
Yeah, and ETFs. Different money coming in. And then finally, Bitcoin dominance. We briefly talked on this earlier, but they're seeing the same as what we're seeing. We've seen the top. We've seen that bear flag. We're now seeing that breakdown in real time, which I showed you earlier, which is this here. So if I zoom into the daily, again, you can see that breakdown in real time.
Show us that 1020 cross.
There you go. There's the daily 1020 cross, bearish already. If we went to the weekly, you see that just flipping red. Just. So I think we're into the time where we should see a sustained down trend. But anyway, over to you with your hackathon news.
Oh yes, because time is running.
It is.
You've whizzed through that part because you could feel us making another 2-hour episode, couldn't it?
Yeah.
All right, so I've decided to enter a hackathon, and it is. Let me share this window. Yeah, let me share this window. Right. So I've entered this hackathon. Well,
why Hedera, first of all?
Just because I've wanted to enter a hackathon for years. Like, I've always been watching them, and I've been doing them my little bits of coding, getting a bit good. And I'm like, right, I think I'm ready now. I want to
give it a crack.
Yeah. And I thought, which one should I enter? And I thought, I'm not going to wait for one. I'm just going to enter the next one that I see.
Yeah.
This was the next one that I saw. So I was like, I'm entering it. All right. It's a hackathon which is based on Africa. I know next to nothing about Africa. Been a couple of times, but I don't know. Like, what do I know? However, I'm just going to build something anyway, right? So I've had my own idea. But there's a $1 million prize pool. And how it works is that there are what we call tracks. So there are going to be prizes for financial inclusion, asset tokenization, which will be RWAs, and decentralized financial systems, DAOs and stuff like that. Track 2 is DLTs for healthcare, supply chain, agriculture, sustainability. DLTs is just like record keeping, basically. It's just, I don't know. It was a big thing back in 2017. You don't really hear about it so much now, but they've got tracks for it. Track 3 is immersive experience, DeFi gaming, etc., etc. Oh, and there's a track for AI and deepin. So I'm going to be working on track 1, which will be financial inclusion, asset tokenization, and technically a decentralized financial system. And this is what I'm going to be building. It's going to be called BusFi. So it's your chance to invest in Africa's future one bus at a time. Obviously, this is an AI-generated bus in Africa. Obviously, buses in Africa look nothing like this. Haters will say that this is actually a coach. but we don't care about the haters. So the idea behind the project is basically that people are bus financiers, and what they get to do is they get to finance buses, and we, the funders, we get to lend money to the financiers. So we get to crowd fund the purchase of these buses. So we crowdfund the purchase of the bus. the guy goes, or the guy or girl goes and buys the bus goes out, starts making its rounds, makes its money, the financier comes back and repays the loan. There's two different loan rates. There's one until the bus is fully repaid, and then there's another loan which the bus driver will pay off in perpetuity for obviously the rest of the bus's lifespan. So it's not forever, but for the rest of the bus's lifespan. That would, when you fund the bus, you also get an NFT. Now your NFT, you will be able to sell it on a secondary market. So say I go in and I invest $2,000 into some bus that drives up and down the road in Nigeria. When that thing is repaid, I can go and collect my piece of the earnings with my NFT. When it's completely paid off, or even before that, I can sell the NFT to somebody on the secondary market. They can come and buy the NFT for that particular bus, and then they can go and collect the money. So the outstanding loan is transferable because NFTs are transferable. So that
Could you get to a point though where your bus is profitable?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, the buses should, because they're not going to be brand new buses that these people are buying,
like reused ones, secondhand.
Yeah, there'll be secondhand buses. But the problem that a lot of these markets have, apparently, I've never lived in one. The problem that a lot of these markets have is access to capital. So it's very difficult for them to get access to capital to do things. Now, crypto kind of changes that. We can give capital. The problem that we have is that we can't enforce the repayment of the capital. So we can't go there with violence as you can.
Yeah, mate, he hasn't paid. You can't go down there knocking on doors.
Can't go down and knock on. Well, you can try, but you're going to struggle to find matey.
Yeah.
And even if you do find him, you might be outnumbered. So with this, how it works is like how our current financial system works in the UK. Well, we've kind of done away with violence, and instead we have a credit report. Now, what will happen is you'll find that people won't lend to you until you've got a history of
good credit,
your debts. Yeah. So we're going to have something very similar. We're going to have a reputation system on Busfire. So every time a financier repays some money for one of the buses that are out.
So it might take a while for you to build up a good credit score per se.
It will take a while, yes. It will take a while for it to build up good credit. In the meantime, people can still lend it because you can still diversify it. So what will probably end up happening is that if a borrower has good credit, his interest rate will be lower. If he doesn't have good credit yet, his interest rate will be higher. So you're incentivized to keep coming back, keep paying off your buses so you can borrow.
So you can get
cheaper.
Lower loans.
Yes. And hopefully we'll have somebody with like a bus dynasty. So they'll have like 10, 15 buses, loads of people driving around, etc., etc.
I like it.
Yeah. So that's what we're building.
I think you can do a lot with that.
I think so. So that's what we're building in the next month or so. So this is just a landing page. It's not quite up yet. As you can see, it's still on Vercel, but it's pretty much done. So we've got a little video here, which I'm not going to go through now, but it's just a little explainer that I had AI whip up. So yeah, I think we've got until end of September to get this built.
Right, okay.
And I hope we will be done in time. But yeah, so that's what I'm building. Anybody who's interested in joining me on this journey, any developers or anything like that, or anybody actually, we'll have a team of like 5 people max. Just hit us up in the comments below.
Feel free. Lovely stuff. Right, gems of the week. I have a good one. I have maybe even a controversial one. Let me share my screen.
Let's have it.
WorldCoin.
Oh, very controversial.
Oh, indeed.
As we talk about Africa, here comes the overlords, or the potential new overlords.
I watched and now if you're on Real Vision, actually I believe this will be on YouTube as well. Let me have a look.
I have never watched a Real Vision anything.
Go on YouTube, go over to Raoul Powell, the Journeyman, and watch this video. Okay, it's about an hour and 20 minutes. I listened to it.
That's a lot to watch.
I listened to it in the gym. I do stuff whilst I'm listening to these things. I'm not a complete psychopath.
on. Has he? Wait, go back a second.
Wrong one.
Has he put NFTs are back? So does he just watch what we do and then?
No, he likes it. No, he's been big on NFTs for ages. Like talking crypto. He's got an interview with Punk 6529.
I think he just watched
from 2 years ago.
I don't know about that.
No, he's really big on NFTs, like really big.
All right, as long as he's not just copying us, that's fine.
Right, I don't think he's copying us. But anywho, yes, WorldCoin. I was watching that today, and I was like, oh, it's another one of those things that was new, like Arbitrum, like Jupiter, and all these other things that's had their, what is it, from peak to trough, 95% drawdown. It's now time to turn that thing around. And obviously, I know the narrative at the time when this come out was like, oh my God, they're stealing your eyeballs, your identity, and all that stuff. And that's obviously now been proved as false information. Yeah.
Okay, so I
doesn't, because after I watched that, they were talking about obviously that was kind of part of their marketing technique. So it got in front of the news and narratives because it looked really funky.
So how do they prove that one person is one person then? What they?
But you still have to go and have your scan or whatever it is. But I believe it's not stored on a whatchamacallit? What's the word I'm looking for here? Well, they're looking to store it on a decentralized database, not a centralized database.
I remain.
But anyhow, look, I'm not saying to go out there and scan your eyeballs. I'm just saying, right? It's had that, like that. I'm just saying it's had the 95% correction. I like a lot of these things. The narrative seems to have changed. They've also, did you know, partnered with Tinder, which I didn't know, to prove that people that on Tinder are legit. So I know, and now I'm not a single man, okay, but I've heard some stories of people on Tinder being messaged by what they think could be bots, or maybe a bloke that's got a woman's photo, or vice versa, right? But they've now got a partnership with Tinder to prove that you're actually speaking to a legit human.
That's good.
And I like that. And there's a lot of other partnerships I believe they could get to do it. And not just dating. There's a whole array of things. And what about LinkedIn? Like let's say I've come to you, I see you on LinkedIn. How do I know that you're going to be on the end of that Zoom call and it's actually you and not a deep fake?
So that's not the issue I've got with them. So that's solving that problem, this of humor problem. That's very, very useful. Everyone agree, right?
Yeah, everyone needs that.
So if you want to sign your identity to a wallet, that's fine. The problem I have is who holds that
data. Yes, that's the problem. I believe they're trying to get it. Yeah, I believe they're trying to store it in a decentralized manner. So that's why I'm looking at it. Now, obviously, I haven't gone out and got my eyeballs scanned. Okay, so I haven't gone out there yet. Although, if it's like you say, proven, I probably would, just so I get proof that I am human. I'm sure that everyone that knows me though would know that I'm a human. Anyway, but yes, I think this looks good. It's had that 95% correction. The 1020 cross looks like it's coming to an end. You've had what looks to be a bottom so far with a higher low. We now just need to see if we can put in a higher high. Also, if we do break out of this falling wedge or channel, whichever you want to call it, I think there is sufficient upside to be had. And if I was to enter here today, I'd be looking for targets of all the way around to about 555. And I'd probably start trimming at 190-ish, give or take. And then at 257.
It's market cap right now.
I do not know.
Should be down in the bottoms, under where we were.
Oh, is it? They got that on Trading View now, have they? Oh, it has 1.9. I like it.
That
1.9 billion.
2 yards. All right, so that's decent size.
Apparently they've got quite a few users that keep coming back and using their mini games or something as well. I was listening to in that interview. No, I don't really know. I don't really know what you can do with your WorldCoin.
No, but the interesting thing is, hopefully, if it's done right, the fact that you have to prove that you're a human means that their metrics, they can't fudge them. Because if you had to prove that you was a human to have a Twitter account, we'd realize that there's only about, I don't know, 200 Twitter users.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Okay, so what's the game? What's the game plan here then, sir? We get in now and we get out.
You enter, and I'd look to get out on fresh lows, so below 0.7, call it 0.78. So I'd suspect that this be the low. If we do go lower, just get out. Wait for to have some sort of confirmation bottoming. You could, if you wanted to play it safe, I'd be inclined you to get in here and now. Okay, and that is your exit. So you'd be looking at a maximum drawdown if you're looking to swing trade sort of thing of about 25%. If you wanted to play it safe, you wait for a breakout. If you're lucky, we'll get a retest. You buy the hell out of that retest. Then we should fly. That's if you want to play it safe. Like I said, I'd rather just get in now, set my limit order down here at like 76, 77 cents. If it knocks me out, it knocks me out. I take the loss and we wait to go again. That's what I'm thinking. And you have upside potential of potentially 400. Obviously, it could go way further. This is where I just start trimming though. So if I had 100 world, bought it here, I'd probably trim 10% here, 20%, 20%, and then 25, 25.
Okay. I've got some bad news.
Go on.
I haven't got a gem of the week this week.
Oh, boo.
Boo. I had a heavy weekend, but I'll make it up to you. And I'll either bring 2 gems next week, or I'll give you the week off next week and I'll do the gem next week.
Okay. I'm sure I can find another one.
All right,
but to be fair, a lot of our gems, some of them have been doing quite well. I mean, I'm just going to put this out there, not financial advice, but I've been buying the hell out of this Coinbase dip.
Yeah.
So if anyone's seen this, kind of gone under the radar, with Bitcoin sitting at 120, but we've had a 28% correction to current price via the dip.
Are these our gems, are they?
Yeah, these are all of our gems that we've ever mentioned. All here. And this was WorldCoin. That was today.
Mm-hmm.
So we're racking them up.
Okay. So I know what my gem for next week's going to be.
Already?
Yeah, because I was going to do it as a gem some weeks ago.
Right, well, we'll go into our predictions.
Yeah, let's do our mate.
Do you know what? Yeah, but do you know what's been? I'm pretty sure my SPX has been knocked out, isn't it? When I was looking at the hyperliquid chart earlier, I'm like, oh my God, I think it's been knocked out.
Well,
I'm pretty sure yours was good. I think yours was good.
Our predictions last week were mustard. There was only the SPX is the only one that's underperformed.
Did it knock me out? I think it hit our stop loss before it rallied.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Oh well, I hate a tight stop. Is what it is.
We did have a tight stop.
Your BNB should have hit TP though.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, lovely stuff.
Looks like it did that today.
Wow. Yeah, I was looking at that earlier. Yeah, today's candle, it went to a high of 127.
Early hours of this morning.
Yeah, love it. Anyway, predictions for this week. We both nailed the Bitcoin prediction of 120K. We're actually sat at 119.4 at current price. Although this daily candle looks horrific, by the way. That's an awful daily candle if we close like that. ETH, again, both nailed. Were we the same there or slightly different? Were you 4K? I was
41550. And I said to you, wow, that's bullish.
Yeah, mate.
I think we're at 4.3 right now.
Yeah, currently sat at 4.290.
Yeah. Well played.
BNB, I was a tad too bullish, but you nailed it. 820, pretty much on the dime. We peaked out at 827. My target was what, 875?
Yeah, 870.
870.
I wouldn't say you're wrong. I say you're just too early.
Yeah, just a tad. I think give it another week, we'd probably be there.
Yeah.
SPX again, perfectly hit your area of what, $2?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, again, tad early for myself at 2:30, 2:35 was it mine?
2:30, yeah.
2:30, yeah. And then finally, Trump denied us both.
Oh dear.
Awful. But on the brighter side of things, low, double bottom, question mark.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
Could this be the low that puts it in? Who knows?
A lot of upset MAGA supporters here.
Indeed. I need to move SPX back into here because that was one of our gems. I was pretty sure BNB was a gem as well, wasn't it?
Well, if you haven't got the date, it doesn't count because with our new system, we're going to need the actual.
Yeah, but
I haven't sent me still.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at my notes earlier, and I just realised I'm probably gonna have to go through every YouTube video again.
Oh, because you don't have the date. So when you added that,
Yeah. But hey ho, is what it is. I've got plenty of time to be doing that at work. B&B. I don't know. I might have to add it back. But anyway, this week, because it's now ETH season, I would like to put the idea forward that we get rid of Bitcoin, and have ETH.
What as our like
every week. Or do we keep both? That's the other alternative.
I'd rather keep both.
Okay, we'll do both every week then, because we are in that season.
Yeah.
I would like to do Aerodrome this week.
Okay.
Where are we? Aerodrome.
I'd like to do WorldCoin.
Oh yeah. Now we're talking.
As it is one of your gems.
Who's gonna have the best charts on this?
I don't know if we can do WorldCoin on here. We should be able to actually.
You should be able to do Aero as well. Or will you not be able to do it?
WorldCoin is not on here.
No, don't say that.
Neither is Aero.
You've got to be joking. Right, okay, well, we have to swap them out because we can't not be trading. What can I swap Aero for? Okay, Link's on there, isn't it? Link's got to be on there.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'll take Link then over Aero. That's still an ETH play. Can't believe Aero's not on Hyperliquid yet. Weird. You still doing World?
Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm writing Aero wrong. AERO, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not there.
Weird.
And neither World, but World should be on here.
World should be. It's pretty big.
Maybe I'm doing the ticker wrong. It's got to be something I'm doing. It's got
WLDW.
Let's try that. WL. Oh, there you go. Yeah, see, I'm an idiot.
It is on there, is it?
WLD. Yeah.
But Aero's not.
All right, no, but Aero might be on there because you know what I'm doing? Like I'm typing in the bloody thing. Oh no, Aero is AERO, so Aero's definitely not there.
Right, okay. The other one I would like to put forward is Doge.
Well, we've not done Doge recently.
We had probably about a month ago, maybe. Couple of weeks, maybe.
Doge. Nah, we haven't done Doge. Nah, we haven't done Doge for ages.
Right. You happy with that?
Yep.
So we've got Doge, Link, World, ETH, Bitcoin.
I've got Bitcoin, ETH, Link, World, Doge.
Yeah. Any others you want to add in there?
No, 5 is more than enough.
Right, lovely stuff. Right, Bitcoin. Where do you think we are headed next week? Oh, that daily looks horrific.
That's going to give us a slap down, isn't it?
It is if you close like this. What's the S&P? Oh, we're now negative on the day. Nasty. Anywho, who cares about TradFi?
Yeah.
What do we reckon?
I care. 116.
Ooh. Bearish.
Yeah, we're coming back, I think.
Bearish, bearish, bearish. I want to go bearish, but I need to remain a bull. 124.
All-time highs.
Yeah. 124 all-time highs. I think we're there by Monday next week. ETH.
If I want ETH to go down, I can make it happen, you know. All I'd have to do is buy it.
Yeah.
Straight back down.
But it only goes down to about 4K probably. 390.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've gone bearish on Bitcoin, but I can't. No,
I mean,
correct.
if you look at that though, it makes sense for us to come back down to here.
Yeah.
Which is 3,950.
Well,
but then you'd expect that to hold.
I'm gonna say 3.8.
3.8. Yeah, I think that's a good shout. Come in just low enough to scare everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks, oh my God, too early. It's dead.
So yeah, ETH at 2,600.
How do you know? Yeah, to be fair, it's a week, innit? I always forget that it's such a short amount of time.
That's what makes it impossible.
I'm gonna have to. Can I change Bitcoin? I need to change it. I'm gonna join you at 16K.
Are you?
Yeah. And I would like to also join you on ETH because it just makes technical sense for us to come in and retest. I've got to look at what the chart's giving me. Link. I would like to say $20.
Is that the daily?
Yeah. It's looking good actually.
Yeah.
Real good. I'm gonna say $20.
Back to that area of support.
Yeah, $20 for me. Oh shit, we've already got our names on there. Lovely.
21. Is that enough of a move?
Is it? I mean, what's that percentage wise? 8%?
Yeah, go on.
No, we'll go a bit lower. Call it 1980.
All right. I'm gonna say 18.
18.
It's got an extra 20 cents.
Yeah. 18, what was it? 18?
18 dead.
$18. There we go. WorldCoin. Ugh.
Against the market, move up and test that line.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. 130.
Yeah, I'm going to 130.
Yeah, same.
Nice 30% move to the upside.
Yeah. 130.
I've got a horrible feeling we're going to get nothing right this week, you know. If we just tear
Let's see.
highs, which is very possible.
Doge.
We get nothing right this week.
Doge. I mean, we've already been round and retested 19. I don't think we're going back there.
We test it again.
No, I'm going to be bullish, actually. 28.
Whoa.
Come on, doggy, do your thing.
I'm going to say 20.
20, yeah?
Yeah.
Oof. Back down.
If it does touch 20 again, I'm going to buy.
Please do, sir. Pump my bags.
Yes. I shall be pumping your bags, sir. If we get back to 20 cents.
Yeah, I mean, we still got this potential double, whatchamacallit, double bottom that we're just waiting for neckline to be cracked effectively. And that target, I think we've discussed this before, sticks us at around, give or take, 50 cents.
Yeah, so I've always had the idea, my play for Doge, ever since you named D-Day, which was some months ago now, was get in at 20, get out at 40. That was always...
You can wait for higher than that.
No, that was always my play. I'm going to get in at 20, get out at 40.
60. Easy. You're getting out prior to all-time highs. You shouldn't find any resistance until all-time highs, because then you have everyone that bought last cycle going, oh my God, my Doge's back to $100 and it's only been down to 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that back.
I'll take it back. Yeah, good point. Okay.
And you're doing that, but you're doing that before they get there as well. And you're also, you're giving yourself a 200% move pretty much.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
So, right.
If we get back down to 20 cents, then I'm going to go with that. That's one.
Yeah. Right. Over to you, sir.
Let's wrap this ish up. I'm a liquid. Okay, so our results from last week are in. Both of our positions are now closed. We had one close to the upside and one close to the...
What?
Oh, no. Look, will you hit your thing? It was two.
Yeah, but I swear I had a stop loss.
Nah.
Did we not set a stop loss?
Nah.
Well, we got lucky then.
They all closed out. So even the Bitcoin, which was supposed to be our long one, we could take profit on all three of them.
Did we?
Yeah.
What was our Bitcoin one?
Bitcoin take profit was 119k.
Oh, that was from 13, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was the one we meant to leave open for the month, and it's closed itself.
Yeah, that was the one. Because that was one that we dropped into.
Yeah.
It opened, and then we was like, oh,
right. So, because that's closed, I think we do that again, but with ETH. You set a limit order for the month at 3, call it 9.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if we come down, hit that.
Yeah.
That's our play for the month again.
I would love to do that with Doge.
I'll do that with Doge then.
I'd love to do that with Doge at 20.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm happy with that.
But I feel like there's more chance that ETH hits 3.8 than...
Yeah, I think there is. Agreed.
All right. Okay. Let's do that.
Right. Let's do that one first. So the new monthly trade
is ETH.
Yeah.
By market price, we'll do $25.
A limited buy at what, 139, yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely.
All right, where's the price? Oh.
You just go limit. Yeah, there we go.
Price 3900. What does that mean?
Mid price, I assume.
Yeah. All right. You can get lost. Up you a little bit. Up to 20.
Order value $74, 3x. Let's go.
Yeah, margin required 25. Right. Take profit price.
Let's have a look. ETH. No, I think we can go higher. I was gonna say like 4.8, 4.750.
Okay. Let's say 4.8. Because this is a monthly, isn't it? So we've got...
I don't know, actually. You could do 5k.
Shall we?
Come on, it's going there. We know it is.
No,
it's just when, isn't it?
All right, question of when. Okay.
And then I think we'd have a stop loss. So if we're buying at where 3.9,
yeah,
I think we set a stop loss like below 3.50.
3. I said 3.5. 3.50.
Yeah, 50.
Okay.
Yeah, because it also gives you a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah,
and it's a monthly one, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think we... I hope we get it activated.
That'd be so good.
So good.
I'm so glad that we actually forgot about that Bitcoin one.
But they've all come in good for us. All good for us.
Well, I'm glad my SPX didn't get taken out as well. Because when I was looking at the chart, I was like, I'm pretty sure my SPX stop losses was hit.
Nah, when we was doing the predictions just now, when we've gone in, it's at 166. We've not gone back anywhere near that. So your stop loss would have been lower than 166.
Yeah, because SPX went to a low.
Well, I can tell you where your stop loss was.
Last week, okay, after Monday, we went to a low of 150.
So your stop loss was 154.
It says cancel though, status cancelled. Did we cancel it?
No, cancelled means that we hit the take profit.
Oh, what, before? We can't have done though. Because on my chart, right, we hit that.
We didn't go down to 54.
Okay, no, that's on the hype chart, isn't it? Okay, so what did we do on the hype chart? Sorry, I'm looking on Trading View.
Yeah, we've gone from 60 and we've just gone up to $2, and then we've come back down to 180. We never went down.
What was the 2nd of August? It's a Saturday.
Yeah. Well, that was not when we done it.
No, that's the 2nd, Sunday, Monday. Oh, okay, yeah, so on hype, we went to a low of 154.
What?
154.92.
On what date?
On the 6th.
Oh, wow.
So we got saved by like the skin of our teeth.
Yeah. So you basically kissed it and just.
I think 154.92 was the low, and we had a stop loss of 154.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well played. Oh, I don't like what it's doing now though. 177.
I love it. Right. Anyway,
right.
Yours for this week. What are you gonna trade?
I will do.
So we've got that ETH limit in at 3.9 with take profit at 5k.
I'm gonna do.
And what's the stop loss for the ETH?
Free. Did we do free?
350, wasn't it?
Should be in here. Why is it not here? Oh no!
We go.
Don't tell me I didn't do it. I've not put it on, have I? No. Wait.
No, I don't think you have.
Just complete it. Oh, what? One absolute.
You stood on SPX. You need to change it to ETH.
Oh, wow. What is wrong with this guy? So what? I've not done it. Definitely.
If you go positions, it'd be in there, or open orders.
Let me make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no open orders.
Okay. All right. Don't worry. We'll do it again. So we're going in at 3.8 or 3.9?
3.9 it was, with a stop loss at 3.350 and a take profit at 5k. It's a limit order, yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely. Limit order placed. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Now we've got the.
So if we go open orders, you should see it in there now.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them.
Yeah, so you got ETH. Yeah, lovely.
Cool. Right, next, I'm going to do WorldCoin.
Yeah. Love it.
Big. Let's go. I'll do the same size. Take profit 130.
Pardon me.
Oh, that's high.
What?
Oh, 10x.
That's why.
That's why. Right. Okay. Here we go. Let's do market.
What's your stop loss?
70.
I think it's a bit much.
Do you think so?
I was going to say that you don't really want to be going much lower than the fresh lows. So I was going to say like 85 cents.
85.
You've got 785 by the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Happy?
Yes, I am.
And then I would like to take. Can I do a limit order one?
No.
Oh, come on.
No, you can't.
Don't be mean.
No, you can't. Because that makes it too easy. And there'll be too many weeks when we're just.
It's not though, because I just think if we're going to drift down, tag, boom, up.
Yeah, well, that's the game, mate.
Right, I'm going to risk it for a chocolate biscuit. A Doge short.
Yikes.
Yeah, Doge short to your area of 0.22. I would like to take profit. And I want a stop loss at 0.25.
Hold on. Doge.
Yeah.
We're at 0.22 now.
0. 0.23 effectively, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 0.2. Sorry. Oh, fuck's my chart gone. Yeah, 0.2. Actually, yeah, 20 to 20 cents. Effectively. Sorry, 20.2 is what I meant.
Right. The stop loss or the take
It's a
profit?
take profit 0.202.
On Doge.
Yeah. Stop loss 0.25.
Already.
No, yeah, but it's a short, isn't it? So your take profit's below.
Yeah, sorry.
And then stop loss 25 cents. Yeah. It's risky.
This is risky.
But I just think we're gonna go down.
You think we're gonna drift back into my buy area?
Call the stop loss actually 0.2485. Yeah.
Oh,
Come on.
very risky, sir. Very risky.
Let's go.
All right, so we've got division.
Before you go anywhere, go over to open orders. I'd just like to get a screenshot so I can do the graphic. Boom. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, sir. All right. I guess that's
lovely stuff. Until next, anything else you'd like to mention before we say goodbye to the ladies and gentlemen?
There is something else I want to mention. We are working on a MEX-C partnership.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know about this.
No, you didn't know about this. So I was contacted by one of the people from MEX-C. He says he loves our...
Is he legit?
His name's, as far as I can tell, yeah. So MEX-C have got this portal where you go on there where you can check to see whether or not the person who's contacted you is actually from there, right? So he's contacted me and I've put his details in there the way I'm contacted him, and it's come up as yes, he's legit. Some guy called Stone. Anyway, he's said he wants to do a partnership with us where we send people from our community to go and trade on MEX-C. They get discount on their trading, goes to support the channel, blah, blah, blah. So I'm working on that. I should have told you about it actually, but
nice.
We haven't.
I like it.
Yeah, we haven't really been in contact.
We haven't had a catch up.
No, we've just been looking at.
You've been out on the lash all weekend. That's the trouble.
I have had a heavy weekend. I have. So there is that, which I did want to mention today. So look out for that. Hopefully that will be on our deals page.
We'll have to start doing a bit of trading on both.
Yeah, by this time next week. And also, I wanted to say, I wanted to talk about ETH staking.
Are they still non-KYC MXC?
Yes.
Lovely stuff.
Yes. I was going to talk about ETH staking now becoming legal. There was a move that said that ETH staking is not illegal in America for people.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, one step towards our Stader mooning. And ETH NYC starts today. So hopefully next week we'll have a recap of that.
Have some good topics to have. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right, lovely stuff. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, adios, take care, and we shall see you soon. Goodbye.